Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good evening, students.
Good evening, sir.
How are you today?
I'm good, sir.
Very
How
good.
about you, sir?
I'm actually not very good. I'm feeling a little bit ill, but thanks for asking. So,
GWS, sir.
yeah, okay, thank you. So, how's your weekend?
Good.
Not good. Why?
Because we have so many homeworks.
So many homeworks.
Yes.
Okay.
What's my assignment to do?
I'm very tired.
You very tired because doing homework.
Yes.
So, have you done all your homework?
No.
No. So what you do? You just think about it, not do it.
Yes,
yes,
sir.
sir.
That's my student. All right. So what we're going to learn is about narrative text. So before we learn about narrative text, let's read one of narrative text. Wait. So anyone care to read this introduction?
Yes,
Rani?
sir.
Okay.
Introduction. Once upon a time, there was a young girl named Cinderella. She lived with her stepmother and two stepsisters. The stepmother and sister were conceited and bad-tempered. One day, they were invited to a ball dance in a place. With the help of fiery good mother, Cinderella managed to come to the place.
Oke, thank you Rani. So, ini adalah salah satu contoh dari teks naratif. Tapi sebelum kita membahas teks naratif, apakah kalian senang membaca like reading fiction novel in your free times?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir. So, you guys already familiar with this kind of story, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So, this kind of story is actually called narrative text. But what is narrative text? So, narrative text is a type of text that tells a chronological or interconnected series of events that happened in the past. Jadi, naratif teks ini adalah terdiri dari urutan-urutan cerita yang terstruktur. Biasanya terdiri dari seperti introduction, complication, sama resolution. Jadi apa sih tujuan dan fungsi dari naratif teks ini? Jadi sebenarnya tujuan dari naratif teks ini ada banyak ya. Tapi mainly they are about these things like entertaining the audience, give lessons or advice, and to change social opinion. Jadi maksud dari to change social opinion ini, jadi ada beberapa dari teks naratif ini yang bertujuan untuk mengomentari atau mengkritik dari sebuah perilaku yang ada di masyarakat gitu. Tapi so mainly narrative text purpose and function is these two, to entertain the audience and to give lessons or advice to the reader. And here are the types of narrative text. So, jadi tipe-tipe dari narrative text itu ada banyak dan beberapanya adalah seperti ini, yaitu yang pertama mysteries. Jadi, mystery stories is about as you can see, it's about mystery and mostly it's about like horror story. Like the famous horror story in our country is like the lady in Jembatan Ancol. And next is romance, as you can see. Jadi romance ini tentang kisah-kisah romansa, kisah cinta antara pasangan sejoli. Dan selanjutnya adalah adventure. Jadi adventure ini kisah tentang petualangan seperti namanya ya. Dan kisah tentang petualangan ini isinya tentang kisah-kisah seru, perjuangan, dan biasanya kisah-kisah ini mainly they are fiction, but but oftentimes the story contains a little bit truth in them. And next is fable. Fable is about story. It's about animal stories actually, that those animals actually think and behave like human, and actually they are this fable story mostly contains moral lessons. And next is historical. And about historical is tentang seperti judulnya ya, tentang sejarah. So it mainly about perjuangan atau jalan cerita hidup seseorang tokoh masyarakat yang terkenal gitu. Nah, jika adventure itu mostly about fiction, so but historical is mostly true. But also like adventure is not mostly true. There also a little bit fake news, fake fiction in there. And the last one is folklore. Folklore cerita rakyat. Jadi cerita rakyat ini adalah cerita yang diceritakan dari zaman dulu, yang diceritakan turun temurun kepada rakyat-rakyat, dan cerita ini biasa disampaikan melalui oral or non oral seperti tertulis gitu ya. Dan saya sendiri membagi kisah cerita rakyat ini menjadi 3 ya, yaitu seperti yang pertama myth atau mitos. Jadi cerita mitos ini yaitu cerita tentang sesuatu gitu yang kisah-kisah seperti mitos gitu kan, cerita yang beredar di masyarakat yang kemungkinan bukan kemungkinan sih, kebanyakan dari mereka ini cerita fiksi. Selanjutnya adalah legend. Legend ini adalah cerita rakyat yang menceritakan tentang asal usul atau suatu kejadian atau peristiwa, fenomena, betul gila, yang terjadi di masa lampau. Jadi asal usul sebuah apa tadi yang fenomena yang ada di rakyat. Dan sama seperti myth, seperti mitos, legenda ini patut juga tidak sepenuhnya benar ya gitu. Jadi kebanyakan dari mereka ya simpang siur. Jadi they are we cannot check about the fact very accurately. And the last thing is folktale. Jadi ini folktale itu adalah dongeng, saya sebut sebagai dongeng, dan dongeng ini most likely fiction. They are purely, ini secara pastinya diciptakan atau diceritakan untuk menghibur saja. Beda seperti myth atau legend, yaitu untuk menjelaskan asal usul. Kalau folktale hanya untuk menghibur saja. Oke. Next is elements of narrative text. So, jadi ada yang bisa baca dulu?
Yes, sir.
Oke, gila.
Elements of narrative text. First one is characterization, a description of something's distinctive attributes. And then second one is setting. The third one is plot, the sequence of events that make up a story. And the last one is moral message.
Oke, thank you Gila. So, how many elements are there? Ayo, berapa yuk?
Maybe
berapa?
4, sir.
Okay, that's right, 4. So, the first one, characterization. Jadi seperti penjelasannya, jadi characterization itu elemen yang menjelaskan tentang atribut-atribut yang ada pada karakter cerita tersebut, seperti wataknya bagaimana gitu, perilakunya, seperti itu. Lalu setting, sepertinya saya tidak perlu menjelaskan terlebih jauh tentang setting karena kalian sudah pernah pelajari ya. Setting itu tentang apa? Latar, lalu
Suasana.
oke, suasana, tempat ya. Sama tadi seperti latar. Satu lagi?
Latar suasana, latar waktu.
Yeah, that's right. Waktu, time. So, setting contains that 4 element, like time, lagi, place, atmosphere, and only 3.
Only 3, sir.
Only 3. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so next is plot. So plot it contains sequence of events that make up the story. Jadi plot ini ya seperti yang kalian tahu, jalan cerita dari cerita tersebut. Jadi yang berisi ya seperti yang saya jelaskan tadi, struktur-struktur yang membuat cerita tersebut. Biasanya actually plot contains like orientation, complication, and reorientation. And the last one is moral message. Of course, it's one of the main characteristic of narrative text to have a moral message. So ya, jadi elemennya itu pesan moral yang digunakan untuk mendidik pembaca. Selanjutnya, struktur of narrative text, seperti yang kita bahas tadi, bagian dari plot itu. So, anyone care to read? Iko, I haven't heard you read before.
Okay, so structure of narrative text. The first one, we have orientation. The opening section contains an introduction to the character, setting and direction of the story. Second one is complication, the beginning of an event or problem faced by the character. And third, we have resolution. The section contains the problem that occurs within a story. And last, we have reorientation or evaluation. It's optional and it serves to reflect on the story and its event, reinforcing the moral lesson or theme.
Okay, thank you, Iko. So, orientation is usually about introduction about the story, like it contains siapa aja karakternya, settingnya di mana, suasananya, waktunya, dan arah jalan ceritanya ini tentang apa gitu. Biasanya dijelaskan di orientation. Jadi orientation itulah bagian awal dari cerita. Selanjutnya adalah complication. Jadi complication ini adalah awal dari segala masalah atau peristiwa yang terjadi oleh karakter. Dan saya membagi lagi complication ini menjadi 3. Itu ini dia. Nah, pertama di awal-awal cerita yaitu rise in action. Jadi di awal cerita ini di sini biasanya tokoh-tokoh itu mulai terkena masalah atau terkena masalah di dalam jalan ceritanya, seperti misalnya temannya terculik kah gitu, atau ada barang yang hilang kah gitu. Nah, semakin jalannya waktu dia semakin mendapatkan masalah, akhirnya tensinya semakin tinggi, dan di sini puncaknya yaitu climax ya. Jadi puncak tensi dari jalan cerita itu berada di klimaks. Jadi di sini puncak-puncak jalan cerita. Jadi ini saat panas-panasnya ya gitu di jalan cerita. Seperti contoh-contohnya itu misalnya dalam cerita Romeo dan Juliet, klimaksnya mereka itu saat mereka berperang sudah Romeo dan Juliet sudah tidak peduli dengan, kalian pernah dengar kan kisah tentang Romeo dan Juliet? Jadi mereka itu kan sepasang sejoli yang tidak direstui sama keluarga mereka. Nah, pada klimaks dalam cerita mereka itu mereka tetap bersikukuh pada cinta mereka, dan akhirnya mereka membuat keluarga mereka saling berperang. Nah, itu kan sangat sampai bunuh-bunuhan gitu kan. Jadi itu sangat menegangkan. Nah, jadi itu yang kita sebut klimaks. Nah, setelah klimaks ini, karena ini paling puncaknya, setelah jalan cerita sudah sampai di klimaks, biasanya perlahan-lahan akan turun ke mana? Falling action. Jadi setelah klimaks tensinya akan turun, dan di falling action ini biasanya tokoh atau peristiwa-peristiwanya akan tersolve atau teratasi. Misalnya temannya, seperti saya sebutkan tadi, temannya ditemukan kembali, itu masalah-masalahnya mulai terpecahkan. Oke, selanjutnya adalah resolution. Nah, seperti yang saya sebutkan tadi, ini juga di sini biasa masalah-masalah yang terjadi di cerita itu terselesaikan. Dan biasanya di dalam cerita, dalam naratif teks ini, isi dari resolution ini bisa berupa sad ending atau happy ending. And last one is reorientation or
Evaluation.
Evaluation. It's actually a optional structure in narrative text. It serves to reflect on the story and its event. Jadi evaluasi ini berisi tentang itu merefleksikan dari cerita yang telah terjadi gitu, untuk membuat penonton semakin mengerti dari cerita tersebut dan untuk membuat penonton mengerti pesan moral sesungguhnya seperti apa. Next. Jadi selanjutnya kita akan melihat contoh salah satu cerita rakyat yang sangat populer, yaitu What's wrong? Oke, langsung saja di sini. So, I want you guys to scan this barcode. It's our link towards a puzzle. So in the video, it's going to have a quiz in the middle of the story. So I want you guys to take up your phone and scan the barcode, please, right now. Do it. Okay. And we go done. Okay. So we're gonna watch the story.
Once upon a time, there is an old widow and her beautiful daughter named Darmy in a village in West Kalimantan.
Don't forget to do the quiz, guys.
They lived in a simple house located at the end of the village. Since Darmy's father died, their life became difficult because the father did not leave any inheritance to fulfill the lives of Darmy and her mother. To make things worse, the mother works in other people's rice fields or other fields as a hired laborer, while Darmy grew into a spoiled girl. Whatever she asks for, it must be. Since thunder was ear-shattering,
So
Darmy
we go
began
to
to
the
I won't do it
ending.
again. However, just like what people said, it's no use crying over split milk. It's all already happened and it can no longer be avoided. Slowly but sure, Darmy's entire body turned to remained silent.
because
They
we
were
don't
walking.
have many times.
I want to go to the market, but on the
I'm
condition
just
that you
going to skip this one.
However, then let's go with me to the market. I don't want to go to the market with you, Mom. But I don't know what beauty tools you were talking about, honey.
Come on, guys, focus on the story.
Okay, sir.
I want to go to the market, but on the condition that you walk behind me. What's wrong with me walking beside you? I'm ashamed of the villagers if I walk side by side with you. Why should I be ashamed, my daughter? Am I not your biological parent? You should look in the mirror. Look at that wrinkled face and those dirty clothes. I'm ashamed to have such ugly and messy parents. Although it was very sad for her to hear this, the mother agreed to her
Yes,
daughter's
exactly.
request.
Go.
After that,
So
we
you
went
guys
to the market together.
don't be like
Darmy
her, right?
walked in front, while her mother followed behind. All
Okay,
three were
let's
both
just skip this one. And so for me to understand your reading and your comprehension, so I want you guys to first identify the structure of the story, like I've already told you how to identify, right, the structure, what, and explain the moral message of the story. You guys can send your answer to the WA group.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
And right now it's quiz time. It's for my untuk menilai kemampuan kalian ya. Jadi kalian bisa masuk ke kelas Ingno yang ada di sini. Mana kodenya? Itu bisa kalian tulis kodenya, ada di ujung kiri.
Apa itu, sir?
Kau bisa lihat sendiri, Rani. Jadi,
Tidak kelihatan, sir.
jadi kodenya adalah TIEL0. Oke?
So, Cilo.
Yes. Okay, so first question. Explain what's narrative text. So you guys can answer this on your phone. I'm just gonna show you what's the question. And I gave you guys 10 minutes to answer the question. Now actually I give you guys 6 minutes to answer the question, and you guys can also give the answer in my WA. And alright, so that's all for today's. I hope to see you guys again next week, and I think next week we also still gonna talk about narrative text. We gonna learn about the language elements or language structure in narrative text. Okay, so see you guys next week. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.